Hi, happy Sunday. I'm just going to have a quick rant while I've got the chance. And I've had a really tough week energetically, if I'm honest. I'm quite in a different place to where I was last week. And I'm working my way back there, but being honest about the journey. So, in this last couple of weeks, I've had jokes happen, financial jokes where I end up losing or owing a lot of money that I wasn't expecting to, and then circumstances change, and then things seem to get a little bit worse. And I won't go into all the details. And I've just done a long video just now, and I've got quite a lot of it out already. And just by speaking it out, I managed to see where I was hiding from myself and what on. So I'm not gonna lose the integrity by going into it in so much detail. So I'm going to try and skirt over it and talk about it in more general terms, but basically a bit of financial crap. And with that coinciding with, my need to join the workforce, basically just get some money. I had a couple of job interviews last week, which were goddamn awful for so many different reasons. It was like going back in a time warp and a time loop, and energetically and physically, it was just like a huge case of deja vu. I've realised that I can't expose myself to these types of environments. This is just one type of job that I was, considering, which I'd done before. I can't do that again. That was obvious as soon as the door opened to this place where my interview was, and I saw the clone of the person who answered it, who was the clone of the manager at my last job. Same dress, same shoes, same attitude, same aura, same, and it continued like that. It was like a joke, this whole sort of 45 minutes. I wanted to be sick while I was in there. I was like, ugh, ugh. And so I'm like, I'm grateful actually that I know that that's not for me. What I am going to do is I'm going to try and work on my own for a company so I can get some money, but driving around to different people's houses and, helping them out in their own homes, as opposed to being in one sort of festering ball of, low vibrational sobriety, is that a word? Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. It's just like clinical cold, sort of quashed dead, linear, horrible type of environment with such an underlying anxiety / fear in these places as well. It's really deep energetically, and all the staff members have their own obvious chips, and they project. We all project in ways. It's hard for me to watch all the different dynamics, so I can't do that. So I know that I can't do that, but I know that I can try this. But at the same time, as soon as I had said in my mind, right, that's what I'm going to do, I started getting these feelings like, no, what have I done? So I guess in realistic terms, I'm going to have to start doing something if I don't want this to be a permanent case. Me working for someone else is what I'm talking about. So yeah, money's a joke. My mum and dad are in the same boat. My mum was swindled out of 500 quid yesterday. This fucking scrubber came to the house and convinced her that the roof needed doing, this ivy needed taking off. It was 500 quid, and she went to 2 different cash points and gave him some money, and she's overdrawn anyway, and she rang me up asking me if she should do it, and I said no. He quoted her 200 quid originally, until he went up and found some extra damage, and then obviously stole her money and never came back. And I just want to cry for her and for all the good souls that get fucked over. But anyway, so the strange polarity of that within my little family dynamic, there's me, my mum, my dad, my brother. At the moment, me, my mum, my dad are all skint and, sort of debt-ridden and, just a little bit not thriving materialistically. And then there's my brother, who's a professional poker player who won £250,000 a couple of weeks ago and has had wins just as big in the recent past. And although I don't wish for him not to have this money. I wish that he would have a generous attitude and a want to help out his very small family sometimes, but you know, what can you do? So there's some very subtle and very obvious and very hidden feelings that I'm observing from myself towards him and towards my mum and dad, and then I'm also feeling, observing and acknowledging their vibrational feelings and thoughts during this difficult financial time, you know, for us lot. And yeah, so it's really, really interesting. But anyway, I think it's a new moon in Scorpio, isn't it, tonight? And I have my Mars and Pluto in Scorpio, so yeah, I think I'm feeling it doubly. I'm feeling this push-pull, and I'm noticing the triggers and the projections, and I'm participating in them to a small degree, to a degree of which I wouldn't ordinarily participate in. You know, I'm being more rocked, if you know what I mean. It's like, usually I'm quite a solid boof. And even sometimes, like, the more that comes at me makes me steadier sometimes. But this last week I've been a bit more rocked, a little bit more irritable, snappy, and, you know, just sensitive in terms of always going to the victim mentality first as a go-to feel, you know, like poor me, or I'm so unsupported. I don't know, so that's how I've been feeling. I had a lovely little psychedelic trip last week. I went to a field and picked some magic mushrooms, dried them out and everything, arranged a little trip, and it was really obvious to me that it was focusing on the sexual energy, and it was healing and acknowledging and experiencing spectrums of this sexual creative energy, and it was super interesting. I'll be pondering it and processing it for a while, but it was very obvious to me that it was some sacral chakra business, and it literally felt like the Kundalini rising. So I'm integrating energies, and you know, the journey continues. Thank you for everybody who listens to me talking shit. I do just do this for myself, and I have to, and it helps me, and I just learn. I learn so much from speaking out and repercussions of that. So anyway, yeah, happy Sunday, happy new moon, and ride the waves, I guess. And I'm grateful, yeah, I'm grateful for, you know, support on here and for people listening to me talking shit. I appreciate you, and yeah, there's definitely some deep connections. So we've got great things to look forward to in the future with the rise of consciousness, I think. And just because we're aware of it at a time where most people are stuck in it, unaware of it, you know, we feel completely outcast, and yeah, we're made to feel crazy and, you know, second class and whatever. And yeah, the tides will change at some point, and so we've just got to ride through it. Happy Sunday, happy new moon. Yeah, if in doubt, just laugh. Like, life is a fucking joke, an absolute joke. And all that really matters is how we're feeling right now. So we can always do something to change that, regardless of circumstances. So anyway, have a good bloody day. Talking to myself, cheering myself up. Goodbye.